if you are curious about something, then you see all the spots in your environment as well. I mean, there you see that persuasion can go like everything in the world in two sides. You can do positive persuasion and you can do the negative one. And that what you are calling like scrolling to endlessly, it's like there's a technical name for it. It's infinitive scrolling. And there was a software engineer, who invented that. And if you now would ask him, did I do something good for the world or not? And he sees how this little invention is now taking place. He would say, no, I probably did more harm because it was not used in that way I wanted to do. So if you know thinking about infinitive scrolling, it's about going on Instagram, going on TikTok, and then it's you will never end the content, and you will always getting the screen size of it, and you will watch and watch endlessly, and there's no end point, and that is what it makes so so dangerous for the society. But you see, I'm just getting like a rage about that. I think that will be, of course, a topic for another session to think maybe about the psychological effects. What will persuasive technology do inside of your brain, for example?
Yes, let's actually keep all the oxytocin and dopamine discussion maybe for a different time. But for today, I'm still actually interested. It's a two-part question. That's an easy one. First is like, which of those persuasive technologies do you use actively? And of course, in a positive way. But what I'm more interested in is actually, how did your passion evolve around this topic per se? Because honestly, billions, literally billions of people are just users. They don't think about it. Oh, let me use this persuasive technology. So how did you get exposed? How did you actually find the passion to study more? And of course, maybe you start, which ones are you actively using?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was funny because it was like it was as I was watching funny YouTube cat videos with the family, and you see them and hours goes, and it's like 3, 4 hours, and you were just watching videos, and at the end it was like, how happened that, where's the time flying about having, of course, having a good time, but I mean, if you reflect on that you just missed 3, 4 hours, it made me curious about how did that happen. And if you are curious about something, then you see all the spots in your environment as well. So then, for example, everybody likes Instagram, everybody likes to see people, they like what they are doing, their friends. So because you're in a global world and you have many people all around the world, and it's, of course, you cannot say to everybody, hey, send me the pictures where you are from. Right. And there you have a central point where you just post your photos and your videos, and everybody in your friend zone can see it. But then for me it was like, oh, okay, why I'm just scrolling not only for my friends, but now I'm watching about different people I even don't know. And now there's another topic, and it's like the funny video cat videos with the family, but now I'm alone sitting somewhere and hours are away. And that was the starting point, getting curious what's behind that technology. Yeah, and that made me curious about, what should I do about that, and why is it so?
All right, and which ones are you using? I guess Instagram. Anything else? Where do you spend the most time on these days?
you will laugh. I actually don't use Instagram anymore. Yeah, I'm that guy who is actively asking their friends, "Hey, send me some picture, do some effort from me." But actually, I love that to be, like in the real communication with them. And yeah, for me, it's mainly YouTube.
Mhm.
And I would say LinkedIn, of course, as well. And there you have the same behavioral trigger points in their application as well.
Hmm. I mean, I guess nowadays we can't avoid the topic, so let's just mention it. Two letters, I think you can already imagine what it is, AI. So,
Yeah.
what's your personal opinion? I mean, obviously, we don't have the magic crystal ball, but what's your personal opinion, or maybe even wishes or desires on how AI, artificial intelligence, will change the environment relating to pervasive technologies? Will it go even faster? Will it get any better? Get it worse? What's your opinion?
T, the funny thing about is now everybody is talking about AI. It's like, if if already your small kids talking about AI, then okay, the whole world knows it. But the funny thing is that, for example, YouTube, as I told you, they already used it years ago, and it's already mainstream. It's already altered your environment. So, for example, there's a guy, Tristan Harris, and he made a really beautiful comparison about how the YouTube recommendation system works.
Hmm.
And just let explain it to me because it's really a wonderful visualization. And he says it's like think about a voodoo doll of yourself, and this voodoo doll is powered with all the computational power to make a copy of yourself, especially of the state of moods, for example, your desires and your fears. And this doll probably knows you better than you know yourself. And now that recommendation system gives you now the video proposals, you will get your attention most, and where it get your hooks. And it hurts maybe like a little bit crazy and dystopian, but this guy already gave a testimony on the US Congress. I think it was like June 2019, where this topic was already talking about. Like it was like optimizing for engagement and understanding, the use of persuasive technologies on internet platforms.
You're absolutely right. I mean, uh, I think I even mentioned in one of my videos I will be published soon, when I was sharing a white paper from OpenAI about hide and seek. There's two AIs basically trying to play hide and seek. Everyone was saying, "Oh, T, that's some nerd stuff. No one is interested in that." And that's like a couple of years ago, right? And then now everyone knows about OpenAI and ChatGPT. It's really amazing. And sometimes I feel like, oh, I love the internet, but I don't know what is Google. Never heard of it. So sometimes when we talk about AI, it's the same. Like, like, oh yes, I'm a fan of AI, but what do you mean by machine learning? That's not relevant. Yeah. So I guess it's sometimes a full cycle of things already there, but until the it hits the masses, it will take some time. But maybe to come a little bit to the end of this really interesting talk, do you have any, let's say, recommendations on how to get started to really go a little bit behind the scenes? Because I think that's actually very interesting. I mean, we can be all consumers of TikTok, of Instagram, but maybe we also should learn a little bit how these things work. Do you have any recommendations on books, on authors' names, anything you can share, maybe?
Yeah, of course, Lee. It's about, just to make clear, it's not about making these things bad or especially good. It's about how you use them and what you are consuming. You know, if you have something like a goal and you want to pursue it, then you can take these persuasive hacks and technologies to get to your goal. So it's all good about that. And to know about these topics, of course, they can just write in the chat below, and I will answer them. They can go to my LinkedIn page and connect with me, but also search for persuasive technologies and search for BJ Fogg or Tristan Harris, and then you will get plenty of recommendations of websites, of books, if you're a book reader, or podcasts where you can inform more about yourself and persuasive technologies.
Perfect. And with that, we are already at the end of our Tea with Tea. But as usual, any last words, any wish, anything you want to share with the audience, any questions here for me, maybe? But this is now your time. Anything you want to give to us before we close?
Yeah, thanks, Steve. If I would make it really short, it's about just reflect what you're doing and if it's aligned with what your goals are. And if it fits perfectly, then it's all good. Otherwise, just think about it once more. And yeah, maybe I could help you a little bit more about why you do certain things. Probably you didn't think about them.
Perfect. I like this. I can remember this very well. It's a wrap. It's a reflection, alignment to the purpose, RAP. That's great. I will remember that. Well, with that, Dennis, thanks so much for being here today. And I will take definitely a look at the names and topics you have mentioned around persuasive technologies. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Steve. Bye bye.